Enjoy your Brexit, my Conservative friends. We will be coming with you. You may be getting going from the EU, but is it right that we are getting going from the UK?
Yeah. Mr Duchy.
Well, it's always a pleasure to see the honourable gentleman. And it's particularly good to see him in his place here in the chamber. I have to say that is a particularly brave move, given the comments of the First Minister of Scotland over the course of the weekend, because it may well be the case, if as rumoured, that quarantine regulations mean that people can't move from England to Scotland, that he'll be imprisoned in this place for far longer than he ever anticipated. But I for one, will be cheering because I so enjoy his company. The honourable gentleman, as is his wont and as is his right, chose to skate lightly over the detail in his response, but nevertheless he made a number of important points. He suggested that as a result of our departure from the European Union, we would be curbing devolution. That's not the case. It is the case that there are more than 100 powers that return to the Scottish Parliament as a result of our leaving the European Union. Far from being a power grab, it is a power surge for all of the parliaments of the United Kingdom. He also made the point that, which we know that it's the Scottish National Party's policy to leave the UK, but then to join the European Union, which would mean that all of those powers that flow to the Scottish Parliament would be returned to Brussels, including, of course, the return of Scotland's capacity to regulate its own fishing waters to the EU as Scotland was shackled to the common fisheries policy. So the SNP's position, curiously, is to demand fewer powers for the Scottish Parliament and more powers for the European Commission. Not, I think, a popular view in Fraserburgh. And then the final thing that I would say is that the honourable gentleman, of course, talked about our proposals, which are designed to ensure that Scotland's businesses and Scotland's citizens can continue to sell their goods and their services into the rest of the UK. He, instead of welcoming that collaborative working, talked about these policies being a recruiting sergeant for independence. I would say that the mask slipped, but indeed he's never worn a mask to hide his intentions. He's a separatist, he's a nationalist. I love him dearly, but as long as he cleaves to that ideology, then I'm afraid we have to recognise that he's in the wrong boat.